Greetings fellow warriors, and welcome back to another M.2 Bannerlord video. Happy New Year to everyone. It's been quite some time since we last talked, and I apologize for the sudden silence. Reason for that were and still are some personal struggles I have to deal with, which I'm not ready to talk about yet, but maybe in the future. To everyone wondering, I'm still alive and healthy, and I'm trying to slowly come back to my passion that is creating content for you beautiful warriors. And what a way to start off the new year with a new patch for our favorite game. Yes, you heard right. A new, I'd say, big patch for M.2 Bannerlord. This includes, for example, new mechanics like the sally out missions or new armor to dress up our heroes. So generally, any new addition will be covered here that I deem noteworthy. That's why, as always, I recommend checking out the patch notes yourself, because what I may deem unimportant may be important to you and vice versa. The link for that will be in the description down below. So let's dive in to the patch notes. As always, Tailwords released a bunch of crash fixes, which I won't really go over, but if you were crashing a ton in any situation, you should absolutely check the patch notes out yourself. There are really a lot of fixes, I mean just look at the size of this section. Alongside some siege layer improvements in various towns and castles, Tailwords updated the arena spectator characters. Thank God these man-made horrors have been updated to resemble actual living human characters instead of whatever they depicted previously. They also have some new animations, which makes them feel more alive than ever. 3 new armor pieces were also introduced. The Cairns coat of plates for the Crusades, the ornate scale armor, and the bronze breastplate, which you can see right here. I especially like the Cairns armor, and the stats are pretty good as well, with the best protection for your legs and arms. And the details, man. To be fair, all 3 of them are pretty detailed and they look outstanding in my opinion, coming from a non-3D artist of course. Also, crowns were added to the starting rulers. And the most important change in my opinion, male characters can now wear female clothing without clipping issues. Gone are the days where our heroes had to endure this nonsense. Now they can wear literally anything without looking like an absolute abomination. Except the ladies' shoes still need to be fixed. There have been big changes to the UI as well, especially in the party screen. Players can now sort their roster in the party screen by troop type, name, their count and tier. We can also see how many infantry, archers, cavalry and horse archers our party has, which is also quite nice. They implemented a new Fog of War feature for heroes. Players now need to meet heroes to unlock some of their critical information, like skills, traits, family and own settlements. This change affects tooltips, portraits and information shown in the encyclopedia. You can't even see how the person looks like. The only information you're given is their name, culture, clan and where they were last seen. It's a good way to give the player an incentive to actually roam the realm and meet new people. Regarding battles and sieges, they implemented the sally out ambush mission. Players can now initiate this mission to destroy the besiegers' siege engines. To do that, you need to be in a settlement or castle that is under active siege, and the enemy has to have built at least 1 siege engine. Afterwards you can initiate the ambush mission, where you will be tasked to destroy these siege engines. You'll have to be quick, since after a certain amount of time, enemy reinforcements will join the battlefield and you have to decide whether to continue this mission or retreat and leave the siege engines be. Upon successfully destroying said siege engines, they will also disappear from the campaign map and the enemy has to rebuild them. It's a nice change of pace from the usual hacking and slashing, deciding whether or not to go through with your plan and ordering your troops to destroy the siege engines. But I don't think this will happen very often. Be honest, how often were you on the defender's side when playing in sieges? Me personally, in all my 1k hours of playing this game, I've only been like 5 times on the defending side, since the AI usually just bins the siege when I arrived. They also added the ability to assign heroes to a formation as regular troops in the order of battle system. This change allows players to create formations which only have heroes. Finally, we can put our companions into different formations, like before the order of battle system has been introduced. It always bothered me that companions were put into the infantry formation. It just didn't make any sense. I've got a pretty good horse archer or cavalry companion, and they've still been put into the infantry formation. Now, I think I don't have to tell you what happened when I told my infantry to charge the enemy. My companions literally committed suicide because of this. Thank God they fixed it. Regarding the character development system, they've added a new settlement near Logitech called The Retreat. in which the player can approach a new NPC named the Hermit and decide to retire from the current campaign, either moving on with one of the heirs or concluding their journey completely. So, the patch notes say it's somewhere around Logitech, but I can't seem to find this new settlement. The encyclopedia can't find the retreat either. The only piece of information I found was in the retirement section, where it states that we can travel to Mount, I won't even try to pronounce that, a mountain in the southwestern empire known for attracting mystics and hermits. But we also don't really know where this mountain is. So either I'm retarded or they forgot to add it into the game. Please feel free to tell me down in the comment section below. So, seems like I was retarded. Thanks to a community member, I was able to find this mystical location. It's literally at the mountainside. You have to discover it first before it shows up, which I think is a weird choice, but whatever. Upon entering it, a text will appear that this is an ancient volcano that has long been refuge for oracles, seers and mystics. Coming closer, you see an old man in worn and tattered robes, sitting at the mouth of a cave, meditating. Upon approaching the retreat, you will be put into a scene, climbing up the mountain a little bit, and you are greeted by this magnificent view. I really do love this scene. Not only does it have a breathtaking view, but also introduce some history to Calradia. All around the place you can see statues, effigies and ruins with old symbols on the cracked stone. When reaching the top of the scene, you'll be greeted by a little camp, right next to an old cave. Inside the cave you'll be greeted by the Hermit, where you can choose to end the current game. It's such a cool scene, and I wish Tales would introduce more history to Calradia, like old ruins where you can find treasure or unique weapons, which have been long forgotten. They've also added a new window where players can see their progress through their campaign at the end of it, presenting many stats such as their kill count, play time, number of troops recruited and much more. Players can exit this window when their clan is destroyed or they decide to retire, or when they complete the main storyline. Regarding clans and party, ally mechanics have been redesigned and re-implemented. From now on, players will be able to claim allies after they clear one. They can do so by assigning a clan member who has suitable traits and roguery skills. Player-owned allies will provide gold and bandit troops for the player, but also generate some crime rating. These allies will be attacked by neighboring gang leaders, and players will have to respond to those attacks in order to keep it. The village raid system has been reworked. Instead of rewarding just through the inventory and recruitment pool of the village raids now primarily rely on the amount of hearth damage done to the village during a raid. Rewards now come in 3 categories: dinars, which makes a small part of the loot, various everyday goods, and the main production of the village. The combined value of the loot is usually higher than attacking caravans, but the weight can be rather high, especially while raiding villages that produce low value but a high volume of goods like hardwood or grain. They also increased the recovery time for villages after they've been plundered. And yeah, I think I've got everything that I deem the most important in this patch. Of course, that's just my opinion, but I hope you still like this video and this patch. Tell me down in the comment section below what you deem important that I didn't mention. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button or maybe even subscribe to the channel. That would really make my day. Join my Discord server where you can talk with me and other like-minded people about all kinds of stuff. And I see you all in my next video. Become a member today and bye. Another huge thank you to Pyrolyzed, Edkaina, Chains, Max, Clinkyman and all the other members for supporting the channel. Thanks for sticking around, guys.